Live in Western Oregon, this is NBC 16 News at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for NBC 16 at 5. I'm Alan Matthews. Breaking news tonight, one person is dead after a helicopter crash in Douglas County. According to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, the crash happened around 2:15 this afternoon. Sergeant Brad Odell says the crash happened on private property on Glengarry Loop south of Roseburg. The Douglas County Medical Examiner will be investigating the death. DCSO is coordinated with the FAA to investigate the cause of the crash. We will be sure to keep you updated right here and online at NBC16.com. A man faces charges after police say he attacked a group of children with a hatchet and knife near Springfield. The Lane County Sheriff's Office says 47-year-old Justin Rex Turner was painting graffiti under a bridge on the McKenzie River Wednesday afternoon. That's when he reportedly threw a hatchet at a group of kids swimming near Marcola Road in Springfield. The Sheriff's Office says the hatchet missed the head of one of the kids by inches. Turner then reportedly chased the group with a hunting knife. The group got out safely, but one of the kids was injured as they ran away.
But an extremely scary situation where you have somebody who sounds like they're very volatile out in the community, willing to do the types of things that were reported. That's pretty scary.
Carver says Turner drove off and got into a crash with another car, but then he reportedly tried to get away by jumping off a bridge into the McKenzie River. The second driver in the crash was hospitalized. Turner has outstanding warrants, a previous probation violation, and a suspended license. He now faces a list of charges including assault, menacing, and hit and run. Protesters with Cascadia Wildlands rallied outside Seneca Sawmill today against the sale of timber in the Thurston Hills area to Seneca Jones. Back in 2018, initial plans proposed Seneca Sawmill would log the timber on the BML-owned land, but plans were put on hold when Cascadia Wildlands filed a lawsuit. In September, a federal judge ruled that the project could not move forward until changes to the plan were made. In response, BLM released a new environmental assessment to the public that includes fire hazard and risk assessments and a clear designation of trails and recreational areas. Protesters say they are concerned about the amount of logging and loss of natural areas.
Build the bike trails and not clear cut. And I think that's what people want. If the BLM decides to not log the woods, then we'll stop the protesting.
We look to provide both recreational enhancements as well as timber that would count towards our allowable sale quantity from the same project landscape.
The project includes several miles of new hiking and biking trails. BLM says that 15% of trees would remain standing under the plan. Legal written protest against the project must be submitted by June the 2nd. Health officials are investigating an outbreak at Townsend Farms operations in Fairview and Cornelius. OHA said 350 seasonal workers recently arrived in the Portland area to harvest fruit. Officials said 48 people are affected by this outbreak. OHA is waiting on 13 more samples to come back. Health investigators believe workers were exposed to the virus before arriving in Oregon. PCOON, a group that advocates for Oregon farm workers, said employees reported issues at the facility to staff.
People are very afraid to come out. People are afraid that they won't be able to come back for the next year of the season to get their job back. People want to be in good terms with their employers.
Recently, the Oregon Occupation Safety and Health Administration introduced new rules to protect farm workers from COVID-19. The increased protection started in May. Oregon OSHA received 9 complaints about Townsend Farms. A complaint from May 12th reported a lack of social distancing and sanitization and 30 positive cases at the facility. Governor Kate Brown approved Washington County to start Phase 1 on June the 1st. Washington County is now the 35th county to be approved. The only county missing to start Phase 1 in the state is Multnomah County. Leaders plan to apply to enter Phase 1 next Friday on June the 5th. That means that county could open back up as soon as June the 12th. The county has met nearly all of the state's requirements, but they still have to hire about 60 more contact tracers. The state has until the end of the day today to file a brief with the state Supreme Court. The church groups have until June 2nd, next Tuesday, to file an answering brief. Last week, a judge ruled Governor Kate Brown exceeded her authority by shutting down the state. The state Supreme Court overruled him and gave him until Tuesday to vacate the order. He refused, saying he won't reverse his order, which made the stay-at-home order temporarily null and void. Oregon has surpassed the 4,000 mark in coronavirus cases. Oregon Health Authority announced the coronavirus has killed 3 more people. There are now 151 deaths statewide. Most of the cases are in Multnomah, Marion, and Washington counties. There are more than 2,700 cases in those counties. So far, more than 1,400 are still active. Here in Lane County Public Health reports 67 cases, including 1 presumptive case. There are only 2 active cases now. Those people are resting at home. Douglas County added 1 case and now has 26 cases. 3 of those cases are active. Coos County has 31 cases. Benton County has 55 cases. Only 20 are active. In Lynn County, there are 36 active cases and 26 active cases in Deschutes County. In Lincoln County, there are only 2 active cases. Again, these are the latest numbers from OHA. Lane County has not seen any new coronavirus cases for the 6th day in a row. Lane County public health officials say this is a sign that we're on our way to recovery. Overall low case count, an increase in testing, and nearly 2 months following Governor Brown's stay-at-home order put the county in a good spot. Locally and across Oregon, these results show a trend of de-escalation. Lane County public health spokesperson Jason Davis says the goal is to stay at 0 cases and deaths until and after a vaccine is available.
When you're prescribed medication from your doctor and they tell you to finish all the medication, but after 2 or 3 days of taking the medication, you feel better. You don't want to take the medication anymore. Well, this is a similar scenario where you might feel better. We might feel better as a community. We might look around and see the sunshine and see people who aren't sick, but we're not out of the woods yet.
As we continue in phase 1, Davis warns the community to be careful and follow social distancing guidelines. Results on how successful we've been won't come until mid-June, weeks after phase 2 starts, and experts can clearly see the effects.
It was another beautiful sunny day across western Oregon, almost on the hot end of things as our temperatures warmed up well into the 80s, and if not down towards the Umpqua Valley, the low 90s for many of us. But relative humidity values slightly on the drier side through the valleys, higher out along the coast, but those drier valley conditions now prompting fire potentials to be at moderate stages for Lynn and Lane County. Coos and Douglas thankfully still at low levels, but likely going to be increasing as we press into another dry day. But radar and satellite showing calm, quiet, and clear conditions through the valley. Out along the coast, just a few isolated thunderstorms popping up over the Cascades, but everything very mild in nature. Grass now jumping up to extreme levels as far as the pollen count goes and lasting through the rest of the week, but hot today and tomorrow. 2 thunderstorms for Saturday. I'll have that breakdown in just a few.
All right, thanks a lot, Josh. Well, the weather is getting warmer, and that means many of us may be thinking about heading to the pool. River Road Park and Recreation say that they're getting ready for when they're able to open. Their plan is to get their staff recertified again. Right now, they're cleaning up their gym and pool areas to get ready for summer.
Well, the pool itself is part of phase 3, according to Governor Brown's planned protocols, and then we are anticipating opening on a limited basis starting Monday, July 6th.
Their gym has been cleaned and repainted. That will open on Monday, June the 1st. The Eugene Recreation Department says they're still waiting on phase 2 plans, but Amazon Pool could reopen in phase 2 because it's outdoors. Sheldon Pool will likely have to wait longer. Well, coming up next on NBC 16 at 5, more than 40 million Americans have filed for unemployment in the last 10 weeks, how the country continues to deal with the pandemic. Plus, experts say it's a good time for gardening. Find out what a local garden center says is in season.